All right, quite an entrance here by Manny Sweet Dreams Correa, wearing his Miami Sugar Kings throwback that the Miami Marlins have done against el Brasileiro Marcello Williams from Belen. But like I was telling you, Christian, this guy used to be a barber, Correa, and that beard has got some personality, my friend.
Indeed. And it's one that I would take at least 15 years to grow.
Everything about him, you know, I talked to him yesterday at the weigh-in, just kind of, you know, motivation, why you fight and everything like that. And, you know, he's got a baby. And once you have a kid, life changes. And it's all about the kid, and it's all about everything that you do is focusing on that kid. So it'll be interesting as the Miami guy, 10-0, 7 knockouts, 30 years old from Miami, as he tries to take another step against the veteran in Marcello Williams. Samuel Burgos is the third man in the ring. Scheduled for 8 in the lightweight division, and away we go. With Christian Moreno, I'm Jim Rodriguez on Fight Mundo Boxing Promotions, presenting boxing in the 305, and it has not disappointed at all. Great night of music, entertainment, boxing, absolute energy going on in this arena. So going to work there, center of the ring. Just kind of feeling each other out a little bit, trying to see who blinks first.
Manny is riding a good momentum here. And this is part of what we were saying before. How much is he going to be able to take advantage of that homegrown comfort and take it to him actually taking this home? He has to know that he's fighting a very tough opponent. So you got to be sure to keep that pressure going all along.
Well, we talked to Manny at the weigh-in yesterday, and I asked him about, you know, just that. Hey, fighting in Miami, you're local, everybody here you know, and vice versa, the pressure of that. And he's like, listen, I've only fought in Miami. Every single fight I've ever had has been here. So, well, I think that's good. It's also, I think, a tad concerning because you want to put this guy in an uncomfortable situation.
Yes.
You want to put this guy in a position where we know he's good. He's 10-0 with 7 knockouts.
The problem becomes, at what point does that comfort zone really affect you?
Right. And again,
So
this is a good vehicle for him.
Yeah.
Good platform.
You have to give it to Marcello in the early part of this. Marcello has been very proactive and going straight forward at him many times. He has not let himself be pushed back by Correa.
Nice little right hand that Marcello just threw there. Say, hey, as you're walking away, take this with you. I'll tell you, I see a little Miguel Cotto a little bit with the tattoos and the bald head a little bit there. And
there is some Cotto element that you could definitely point out here.
So far, the veteran Marcello Williams having a good showing so far in this first round. He's gotten Correa sort of every time that he's been on his back foot, every time he's been backing up, that's when Marcello has sprung and hit him. So it's made him look worse. So it's been a good opening round for Marcello Williams from Belém, Brazil.
And Marcello is doing what you have to. Right now, the question goes much more into Manny, that has not been able to establish his strategy, the one that he has accustomed us to.
It's first round of 8. As we're wrapping up the first 3 minutes of this fight here on Fight. Lightweight division at $135. And a good first round, and Marcello saying, all right, I'm good. You like it? I'll be back for some more.
Hey, you got to be proactive. And if you're the corner right now, you got to tell Manny, okay, breathe. Remember what you came here to do and execute on this one. If you're on Marcello's corner, you want to tell him, hey, what you did in this round, I liked it. Now let's try and mix it up a bit more. Let's try and maybe use that shoulder a bit more to block out when Manny goes forward like a bull and go from there.
Yeah, a good showing, a good opening round by Marcello Williams. A little bit of a tail of the tape for you. Manny's 30 years old, 5'6", While Marcello, a little older, 33, a little taller, 5'8". Correa riding a 10-fight winning streak. He's 10-0. And Samuel Burgos going to work as we head to round 2, scheduled for 8. And Marcello trying to stay busy, starting off. Definitely the aggressor in this bout.
And now we see a different approach from Manny from how he started the other round. They go to the ropes. And again, that's been part of the problem of Manny. He's not been able to establish whenever he throws into punches, he's very much cut off by Marcello quickly. Marcello has been very good with the footwork so far.
Tell you what, I've been blessed to be with some people that I consider some of the top people in the boxing game, both from judges and broadcasters and fighters. And I think what I see so far with Manny is I see a guy who's off balance. And I just wonder how that affects how the judges look at him. Every time he swings, he's stumbling, he's falling down. He's not getting hit, but he just looks very awkward out there.
Indeed.
It's not comfortable.
And that's precisely when he's gone for the power punches. We saw the off balance pretty much produce the inconvenience. He's been able to slip himself off the feet. And the off balance, to what point the judges actually see that as a disadvantage on your end, it should be one of significance because you're not able to establish your strategy off that. Now being strongly pressured in the ropes by Marcello.
Yeah, Marcello definitely pressuring. He had Correa in the corner, got him with a nice hook and a good uppercut. For Marcello, he was struggling to make some weight. He was jogging a long time before the weigh-in. Ended up at a $136. Manny hit right at the number 134.6. And so far, Manny just kind of trying to figure him out. He's keeping busy, not really connecting. And a nice left by Marcello Williams. Marcello, when he throws, he's connecting. Marcello is not letting up the pressure. And a nice combination by Manny Correa. Got him there. Caught him with his head down. Nice combination. Just trying to get back into this fight.
So far, it continues to be the same paradigm for Manny. He should not have been able to establish himself enough, and we see him trying to throw those wild punches.
Now we're starting to throw some punches. Manny's looked very good in this round. Got him with a good combination. Hit him with a left and a nice little flurry to end the round. He might have won the round just because of that.
There is a strong possibility that there wasn't a flurry of offense enough, or at least not as much as the first round. But definitely that last spurt, it was something to do. So you might have actually flipped the round in that approach.
Heading into round 3, scheduled for 8. And you just got to wonder with that, the corners, everyone looking pretty calm. For Marcello, I think, when you're 33 years old, you always just got to wonder how much gasoline you got in the tank. How's that cardio doing? Because he's really pressured him the first 6 minutes of this fight. We're scheduled for 8. And for Manny, I see a guy that even though he doesn't look it because he's been so off balance, he looks like a guy who's been in control and has a plan. We'll see what round 3 brings. Manny with that southpaw stance. Nice little left hook there. Followed up by another right, so Marcello got caught with his head down there.
Wow, that was kind of the overhand.
Not the prettiest punch, but it was effective in the sense that his head was to the left and the right came out of nowhere. And Marcello keeps doing his work.
This continues to be pretty much a very leveled battle so far that we've seen here. You would have think that Manny was coming with the very ample advantage. But that's the thing. When you go into that ring, the other one also has two arms and is going at you. You can never give any leeway.
Correa in the white, while Marcello Williams is in the gray with the black and the red trim. Round 3 scheduled for 8. And a nice uppercut there by Marcello, and you can see Manny saying, hey, come on, bring it. I liked it.
I like the psychology element that Marcello brings to the ring. Seems very calm demeanored in a way that you got to give it to him.
Sure.
It really can play into your opponent's head when you go into that approach.
Marcello definitely the busier fighter. Nice hook there by Correa, followed up by a left jab. Oh, but a great hook by Marcello. Snapped his head back. And now Sam Burgo's going to separate him. Saying, all right, let's go. We have seen some vicious uppercuts in this fight on both sides.
Yes, and it has had to do a lot with both fighters at moments pretty much going forward and coming off a clinch in set cases.
Nice
combo
flurry.
there by Manny.
Nice flurry. And now he's in trouble. Williams is in trouble. Will he be saved here by the bells? We're getting the final moments of round 3. Oh, what a nice left. And Marcello Williams says, I've had enough. I'm going to do some clinching, but an unbelievable flurry by Manny Correa, definitely winning that round, and he put a hurt on Marcello Williams. Woo!
Hey, this is what we talked about. He has the power. The thing is establishing himself. I've liked how he's finished the last 2 rounds. It's felt much more like the Manny Correa we know. Now, if you are the corner for Manny, you want to tell him to end this now. You want to capitalize on that advantage that you gain in the closing of those 2 rounds.
And again, we've talked about it. It almost seemed, at least the first couple of rounds, that it was sort of like a study session for Manny Correa. Just kind of feeling him out, see what's going on, and then he did that burst to end 3, and then he hurt Marcello in round 4. We'll see how much Marcello can recuperate in that 1-minute break. And let's see if Manny puts the pressure or just kind of sits back and waits for the last round, or the last moments of the round. We're into round 4. Scheduled for 8. And it looks like Manny's going to be the aggressor. And Marcello Williams starting to clinch. Nice veteran move, saying, okay, I think he found my weakness. He broke my guard. Now I got to find a way to survive here.
And that's a problem, that when you get that phone book actually decoded, and yeah, that's quite the throwback on itself. Flashback Friday, right?
A nice right hand, though, by Marcello. And now we got a fight, center of the ring. Guys are exchanging a nice uppercut. And Marcello Williams now trying to get back into this ring.
And this has turned into a slugfest out of nowhere.
This is a street fight right now, and they're loving it here at the Miami Airport Convention Center. Boxing in the 305, living it up. Happy you're along on Fight with Christian Moreno. I'm Jim Rodriguez. A great night of boxing here in South Florida. And we have seen some action.
And this is pretty nice, because this is a way of Marcello saying, hey, you know what? You have the power, but I can actually bring it too. If you're going to go down, you always got to go down swinging.
Curious to see now what Manny's recoups. Now he's got him in the corner. Manny's always seemed to come to life the last minute, last 30 seconds of each round, which, you know, I think also has that recency bias with the judges, in that the last thing they see is a flurry of activity, connecting, gaining points. But I'll tell you what, a strong start. And oh, a nice left by Manny Correa. And Marcello's still busy. What a great fight between these two warriors. Nice good combination there, breaking Marcello's guard. Manny Correa starting to do some work, starting to do that damage, and now it's that, we were saying, it's that cumulative effect. Yeah, he's starting to wear him down a little bit. You can start to see it in Marcello, starting to get tired, starting to breathe out of that mouth.
And that's precisely, if you're Marcello, you try and do what he did. You try and be ultra aggressive in this round because you know the leeway of you winning this fight is just significantly off with Manny just becoming stronger as the fight progresses.
Swing and a miss by Marcello, and Manny hits him with a
something
right hook there.
Of vital importance that has improved from Manny is we have not seen the destabilizing issue of him being off balance that you pointed out so properly earlier in the fight, Jeff.
Yeah, it's almost like he found his comfort zone in the ring. And a curious little fight there. I'll tell you what, I almost wonder, and Marcello trying to fire up the crowd. I think he thinks he won that fight. He's very much in this fight.
And credit to him for doing so.
As we go into round 5. Tell you what, this has been a great fight. And, you know, the bar was set high by the ladies with Fatima Diva, which has been, I think, the fight of the night so far. And these guys are slugging it out as we go to round 5. So if you're Manny Correa now, you've done a little bit of a homework. You kind of played possum the first couple of rounds. Then you went after him. Now it's time to shift that thing in gear, right?
Definitely now is the round that you want to see if he can actually finish this out. You've weakened out Marcello enough. He's gotten that damage in. If you're Manny, it's not a bad idea to go off the gate ultra aggressive now and try and finish this off right now in the beginning of the round.
Well, Samuel Burgos calls timeout, and he sends Manny Correa to his corner. I think they're just kind of checking, make sure he's all right. I don't see a cut. I don't see any blood over there. But Samuel Burgos, one of the great referees here in the state of Florida, always in control. Round 5 scheduled for 8. Now we'll see when you get into that reserve tank.
And there goes Manny again with that power punch, trying to get Marcello to be sent off to sleep.
I'll give Williams some credit, man. He has definitely come to fight, been active. Nice exchange in the middle of the ring, and these guys have not been afraid to throw hands. And for Manny Correa now, it's a matter of, like, what do you do? How do you get back that energy that you had? It almost seems like he'll fight for about a minute. He'll take the first 2 minutes to just kind of feel his way around, and then that last minute he just lets loose.
Well, that's precisely the problem that he actually has to figure out, and the corner has to talk him into. He needs to keep the pressure going in. He needs to start out the rounds explosive, especially if you have an opponent that has that recency of having been hurt finishing the round smashed. So you definitely want to go out aggressive off the bell ringing.
Manny Correa unbeaten, 10-0. Marcello trying to get back in the win column. He's lost his last 2 fights, but I'll tell you what, he has definitely made a name here. Hung in there with the undefeated Correa. Almost a cruise control round, it feels like here. Guys not expending the energy. They feel they're going to go to 8 rounds here.
And if you are on Correa's corner, you should have some worrisome aspect to you, because Manny does not seem packing the punches with power as we saw in the couple of earlier rounds. He seemed kind of lost of power now.
Starting to see some blood now coming out of the nose of Manny Correa. That left eye also, underneath that left eye, starting to see a little swelling there. That might have been with Samuel Burgos, the referee. And a great hook. Great uppercut by Manny Correa. Wonder how much that hurt Marcello Williams. And now, as usual, as per this fight, it's been Manny Correa coming to life. Marcello swinging and missing, but that thunderous display by Manny Correa, and they exchange each other a little bit. A couple of warriors saying, oh yeah, I'm liking it. But now we got to see with that blood out of Manny Correa's nose, because he is now starting to get a little swollen.
He's getting swollen and he seems less energetic. And in fact, this round, the late surge did come, but it was a smaller spurt, and you got to wonder how much, if the rounds continue stacking up, will Manny actually have that cardio, that power drive to be able to finish this?
By the way, did you check out the ring girls, the number? It's a domino.
Yes. Very Miami-ish.
Right, I mean, if you're in Miami, you got to have it. Love just those little touches where the ring girls, the round number is a domino. So we're into 6.
And especially, like,
and you made a good point. What's gonna be the domino for 9? I don't think we have a thing for 9 rounds yet.
Well, that is a point. A very strong one by myself. I'll tell you this, though. I'm so good at dominoes that I don't even play it.
I seen you at Domino Park down there in Little Havana.
Yeah, I became retired.
In Cayocho. I've seen you out there.
I defeated everyone, so it was like, yeah, it makes no sense anymore.
They had to say, you can't play here anymore.
Yeah.
Give somebody else a chance.
Truly.
We're in round 6, scheduled for 8. With Christian Moreno, I'm Jim Rodriguez. Happy you're along on Fight. Mundo Boxing Promotion presenting Boxing in the 305 in a very lively arena here at the Miami Airport Convention Center. Got music, knockouts, got somebody go through the ropes. Great fights, great night of fights so far.
To the table.
Tell you what, it has been, you have definitely gotten your money's worth tonight. What a great show it's been, and we still got a couple more fights after this.
Yes, just to make it even better.
Steffi Cohen's going to be here. And the main
that's a
event of
great
the night.
punch there.
You can just hear the ooh and the ahs.
Hey, you got to give it to Marcello. He's been very, very deceptively good in this fight.
And again, more blood coming out of the nose of Manny Correa.
I like the fact of how he's continued pushing forward. I mean, he gets damaged, but he still bounces back, and a lot of that is to blame on Manny also, because Manny has not been able to start the rounds with a flurry. You would like to see that power coming in from Manny. That is an element that is missing. If you finish off the round strong, you gotta finish the job.
Almost feels like Manny, again, you know, it sounds like a broken record. He'll save his energy for the first 2:15 of the fight and then just unleash a flurry.
But you got to finish the fight if that's the case, you know?
You got to finish it. He did throw a little bit of a lazy left hand, so you just wonder how that cardio is affecting him now.
Well, if we go off cardio, definitely Marcello seems the better one in that aspect.
It's scheduled for 8. We're in round 6. This fight has featured some thunderous uppercuts and hooks. They've given the crowd their money worth. And again, there's that off balance again.
And that's not good, because that can mean regression in the fight. You never want to go back to committing the same mistakes you did earlier in the fight.
Final moments of round 6. And now here, as usual, we're going to see the energy. There goes Manny Correa again, trying to finish with a flurry.
It's a complicated affair for this round, indeed, Jimmy.
And we go to round 7. Been a good fight.
When we see the face of Manny right now, he seems really, really injured. he seems like he's been damaged. When we see their face of Marcello, this guy, he seems kind of tired, but not to the point that you would go like you can take him off the fight.
Well, there's also a huge reach advantage that Marcello Williams has.
Yes.
I mean, he can hit him from one corner to another just standing there.
That is true.
See if they can control that blood coming out of Manny Correa's nose.
Lucky number 7.
Start number 7. And here we go. And Marcello Williams ready for more. Manny Correa with the guard up. This is where you got to push through. This is where that time in the gym, putting in that cardio, putting in that road work, putting in those rounds to be the fresher, hungrier guy as you get late in these rounds. This is 7 of 8.
Pressure keeps going in. Now, we saw some punches there to begin the round, which I like. It was a very good thing of Manny to do, but now he again goes and takes a step back.
Well, what I will say this, I see Marcello. Oh, nice combination. I was going to say, I haven't seen Marcello as aggressive. I think he knows he's got those long reach, so he can hurt him from far away, but I haven't seen him just try to go in there.
Right. And part of the problem can be also, if you're Marcello, he has been kind of shy as far as getting into it body to body, aside from the second round.
Right.
He's tried to keep the distance and pretty much do a stinger, go out, go back out, and do your damage again.
That's a nice left by Manny Correa moments ago. Almost seems like Marcel was just trying to punch, trying to just point his way to this fight. And, we saw it in the earlier fight. You don't want to leave it up to the judges. You want to finish the job because you never know.
Well, that's where it comes into play. You can never know what the judges are going to appreciate and value because it is totally up to the flip of the coin and how they're valuing it. And each judge is going to value it in a different way. And you have to find your way of respecting that.
Both fighters trying to stay busy here in round 7. Marcello waiting for Manny to come in, and then he unleashes with those long arms. Another vicious uppercut by Marcello.
There goes
combination by Manny. Now he's putting in some work. Now he's breaking the guard, and now he's connecting. And Marcello trying to come back as we final moments of round 7. As usual, as per Manny Correa, his trademark, letting those hands fly in those last final moments of the round. Gets the crowd bumped up, and Marcello Williams, he's loving it. He's been dancing. He's been rooting on the crowd. He's having a good time out there.
So, this one is going the distance. These late surges from Manny, they've been interesting, right? The problem is, he hasn't been able to seal the deal. At that point, when you see Marcello has not laid in as much offense as he would want, maybe from the power punch category, which is something that Manny has been able to draw up upon these late surges in the match.
Right.
So you really want to ask yourself, will you go back to the judges possibly being where this is going to?
Well, it's funny if you just look at it from a appearance standpoint. It's Manny Correa, the favorite, who's got a bloody nose, who's got a little mouse under his left eye, and Marcello looks great.
Yes.
8th and final round here at the Miami Airport Convention Center. Happy you're along on Fight. Mundo Boxing Promotions presenting Boxing in the 305.
And the unfortunate part with Marcello that should be able to throw the house by the window in this one is exactly that even though he seems the one that is much better fit in this 8th round, he has been able to actually get those combinations going for the power punching, which is of vital importance.
Undefeated record for Manny Correa. He's 10-0 with 7 KOs. And he has unleashed some vicious shots on Marcello Williams, and he has not been able to put him down. This has actually been a good learning fight for Manny Correa as he tries to step up in competition and try to move up in the lightweight divisions. Which
it's one of those
very crowded 135 pounds.
Extremely crowded. And it's part of what we were saying before. He's going to find more challenges as he starts facing better competition. And he has to be able to step up.
Yeah, Manny Correa definitely has had his hands full tonight with the Brazilian Marcello Williams. Good test for him. Now we're seeing a little bit more infight now. Good left by Correa. Kind of got him on his heels a little bit. Another good left, connecting in the clinch there. Although Marcello still being able to break that guard with that long reach, getting into that broken nose, that bloody nose that Manny Correa is sporting. Yeah, Manny Correa is going to look like he's been in a fight after this fight.
Ooh. That you can be sure of. For a moment there, we saw Marcello finally showing signs that he is getting tired.
Correa now breathing out of his mouth open as he's in there. 8th and final round.
Very good defense here by Manny.
Unable to break that guard.
Good punches there by Manny.
Good combination. I'll tell you, his 1-2s are amazing. And here comes Matt. He hears that 10-second clanger, and then he goes to work. And now they're going to finish with a flurry. This crowd's going to love it. We got a slip, it doesn't count, and that's the end of the fight.
Well, this is an interesting one because it does seem that knockdown would have come before. It doesn't seem necessarily like a slip-up.
Right.
By Manny.
Well,
it did seem like a knockdown.
Burgos waved it off, called it a slip, not a knockdown. And I'll tell you what, both guys exhausted after 8 rounds. Pretty good tilt. Now we leave it up to the judges. And I'll tell you what, if you just went by appearance, and you look at Manny Correa, blood coming out of the nose, a mouse under his left eye, breathing out of his mouth. He looks beat up, and Marcello looks like he can just run around the building a couple times.
That's for sure.
So now we'll wait the scorer's decision. Boxing in the 305, a great night so far. Happy you're along on Fight. Jim Rodriguez and Christian Moreno here, ringside. And sweet dreams, Manny Correa feels he won the fight. We'll see what the 3 judges got to say. It's been amazing, though, kind of like almost a Pavlov effect. When Manny would hear that 10-second bell, that 10-second clacker go off, he would go into a flurry of activity.
And as this very hard-fought contest goes to the judges, they scored in the following way. For Peter Sanowski, he scores it 77-75. Christian Perez at 77-75. And finally, Vicente Rodriguez has it at a draw 76, which makes your winner by majority decision is Manuel Manny Correa.
A majority decision for the hometown kid, Manny Sweet Dreams Correa. You had two judges scored 77-75, and you had one judge draw at 76. It's a pretty close fight. I would agree with those scores. I think Manny did win the fight, and I think it was pretty good scoring, and I think it was a pretty close fight. But I'll tell you what, Marcello Williams got nothing to hang his head about. Put on a show as he's walking by our area here. He's dancing. He looks like he could go another 10 rounds if he had to. And for Manny Correa to the victor go the spoils. 11-0 now as this thing goes the distance. And he tries to move up and move on in that 135-pound lightweight division. All right, let's go to Christian and Manny Correa.
I just want to tell you from the beginning, no late surge punching for me, okay? Fight is over. Manny, definitely congrats on a great fight. This was a war, and wow, you got to give credit. A marvelous opponent you got.
Definitely. He was one of the toughest guys I faced. I hurt my hand early, I think in the first or the second round, I don't remember. So I pretty much won 8 rounds with my left hand. Still got it done, man. All glory to God. I want to say thank you to all my team, my family, my coaches, Ramsey's Beast Sting Boxing, Mundo Boxing Promotions, Armando, Pedro Diaz, for helping me be on this show and blessing me with this opportunity.
Well, definitely credit to be given to you. We were wondering what was happening to you because definitely was like, well, that's weird. Now you actually tell us about this injury. Do you recall at any moment that what might have actually gotten to that injury?
I think I caught him with a straight right, and I hurt my wrist crack. And that's it, man. I tried to hit him again with it, but it was so soft. I couldn't make it fit, so I had to do it with my left hand. And I just want to give all the glory and the thanks to God for helping me pull it off.
Staying undefeated and doing it in this way, you know, you had to fight it out for this one. But hey, also going to war, it gives you more. It puts in that tank to just be progressive.
Definitely. These are the fights that build you as a fighter, build your character. I'm a warrior at heart. Everyone who knows me know me. I can go to anywhere. I wish I had both hands so I could have got him out of there, but it is what it is. I'll be back and I'll be stronger.
So it's a magnificent layout. Everyone supporting here. What do you want to say as a last thing for everyone here in the 305 magnificent fight night we've had so far?
I want to say thank you for coming out, and I promise my next fight will be even better. I want to give a shout out to my new baby daughter, Vita. She couldn't be here with me today, but I'm just hoping to make her proud.